In this lesson, we will learn how to extract keyframe data from motion clips. We've created a really cool animation with the help of the motion system. But what if we wanted to bake all of that back to keyframe data? Let's say if we wanted to modify the animation after all of this work has been done. Well, the easiest way to do that, of course, is via the keyframes, because we get to decide what actually happens to the entire performance that way. So in order to do so, let me go ahead and show you how. We'll go ahead and grab our global node. We'll jump back to show motions. All right, sweet. The first thing I'd like to do is go ahead and show you how to merge your animation clips. You can basically go ahead and grab your top node, and that's anim global. Go to motion system and choose bake clips. Now you can see that the clips that were once on layers 0 and 1 have now been merged into the clip we now have on layer 2. So we no longer need layers 1 and 0. Let's go ahead and control click them and delete them. Sweet. But still no keyframes, not yet. So what we need to do now is go ahead and select that same parent node, and then we'll go back to motion system and take a look. Right underneath the bake clips, we'll find an option called convert layer to keyframe animation. So watch this. We no longer need our source files. We'll go ahead and remove those. We can close out of the timeline and have a look. When we hit play, we'll notice the exact animation that we had when we still were working with the motion system, when we still had clips. How fun. So that's basically how we can go about baking our animations so that we no longer need to rely on our motion clips. Let's go ahead and have a close look at our keyframes. You can see there are several. You can learn how to clean them up in Introduction to Animation in Cinema 4D, but I just wanted to kind of show you what happens to our keys. So right now, you'll notice that they actually have a spline interpolation, yes, but if I were to go ahead and get rid of one of these keys, you can see that the transition is pretty harsh. It's very linear. So what you'd want to do is probably convert the key to, let's say, auto to kind of smooth it out a bit so you have access over its tangency. And then at that point, you can work with, let's say, your snapshot tools so that as you start to clean up your keys, you still have an idea of where the animation started from, right? Its original state, so you can use that as a guideline when you start to optimize your animation here. Cool. All right, so in this lesson we've learned how to extract keyframes from our motion clips, and we also learned how to merge motion clips using the Bake Clips tool.